Right now, literally as we speak, someone is spending a $2 coin on a cup of coffee, and they have absolutely no idea they just handed over a fortune. Check your pockets, check your wallets right now, because you might be holding a life-changing piece of metal that you've just been ignoring.
I mean, millions of people have handled this exact coin. You've probably looked right at it, tossed it into the car cup holder, dumped it in a dusty jar, and just walked away from a massive payout. But what makes this coin so incredibly valuable is a secret that almost nobody knows.
So exactly how much money are we talking about here? Well, some of these tiny pieces of pocket change have sold for nearly $12,000 at auction. $12,000. Let that sink in for a second. That is a coin you'd use for bus fare, selling for the price of a literal used car.
And that's where the legend begins. Meet the 2012 Australian Red Poppy $2 coin. It has this striking blood red flower stamped right into the center of the gold-colored metal. It's just beautifully striking, right? And it completely turned modern coin collecting totally upside down.
The hype around this, though, it's built on some heavy emotional history. It traces all the way back to the muddy, blood-soaked trenches of 1914 through John McCrae's famous In Flanders Fields poem. Then, flash forward to 2012. The Royal Australian Mint took a massive, unproven technical gamble. They decided to print vibrant, liquid color directly onto circulating currency for the very first time ever, just to honor the fallen.
They pulled it off beautifully. But then something happened. The mint stopped production way earlier than expected. They quietly slipped these unique coins into armored trucks, sent them off to banks, and when the collector community finally woke up, they realized the supply was dangerously low.
No one saw this coming. Only 500,000 of these coins were ever released into the wild. To put that into perspective, in a country of over 26 million people, less than 2% of the population could ever possibly find one. Once the public caught on, these things literally vanished from cash registers overnight.
What happened next shocked collectors. Basic supply and demand took over like wildfire. We're talking about a $2 coin, right? But suddenly, intense online bidding wars were erupting everywhere. People were fighting tooth and nail for perfect, uncirculated rolls directly from the bank, and prices just skyrocketed into the thousands.
But it gets crazier, because the real hunt, it goes way deeper than just the standard coin. There's this whole dark underworld of hidden variations and terrifying minting errors. We're talking rotated dies, ghostly double poppy prints, and the absolute holy grail, the bleeding poppy, where that red ink physically smeared into the metal.
And that changed everything. A single bleeding poppy error coin once sold for over $8,000 by itself. It's wild to think about. But microscopic flaws, just tiny little shifts in a printing machine, create unimaginable, life-changing wealth for whoever is lucky enough to spot them.
Here's the terrifying part. When anything gets this insanely valuable, the criminals show up. Scammers absolutely destroyed the trust of unsuspecting buyers. They were taking ordinary, plain 2012 coins and literally hand-painting them with cheap red resin, selling them to innocent people who thought they were securing their financial future.
You see, if you look at a plain, unpainted version next to the authentic printed one, it's pretty obvious how scammers use the plain coins as a blank canvas. This massive wave of fakes made professional authentication an absolute non-negotiable necessity. You just couldn't trust what you were buying anymore. So experts had to step in. They verify these by checking the exact paint texture under a high-powered microscope. They count the microscopic lettering. They weigh the coin down to the absolute milligram. Because one tiny mistake here, it means losing a massive amount of cash on a totally worthless piece of fake metal.
Now, let's say you actually find one. How you store it is everything. That precious red ink is incredibly fragile. If you make the mistake of storing it in soft, flexible plastic pouches, those cheap PVC flips, the chemicals will leach out. The color and your fortune will be permanently destroyed. You absolutely have to use hard plastic capsules.
Oh, and this is a huge one. Listen closely. Never clean your coins. Just don't do it. Cleaning a coin doesn't reveal its value. It completely obliterates it. It leaves these microscopic scratches that ruin the grade forever. If your coin looks dirty or dull, leave it alone. The value is completely intact right there under the grime. But the real mystery was just beginning. Even today, there are persistent, chilling rumors in the collector community about undocumented variants.
unreleased prototypes, test strikes that the government never officially recorded. These missing records keep these hidden treasures a total secret. It makes you wonder, what else is hidden out there?
Because at the end of the day, legends don't disappear. They circulate. These lost treasures aren't just sitting locked away in some billionaire's elite vault. They are still out there, right now, waiting to be discovered by pure accident, in dusty jars, old piggy banks, and underneath car seats all across the country.
So it really all comes down to this. Is the ultimate treasure hiding in your pocket change right now? Next time someone hands you a few coins, do not just blindly put them away. Stop, look closely. Search for that tiny drop of blood red ink, because one single glance could turn your spare change into an absolute fortune.